Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Savannah and today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to try to be recreating Trixie Mattel's makeup, and if you have no idea who that is, it is okay. He is a drag queen off of RuPaul's Drag Race and he is so freaking hilarious. His makeup is literally like the most crazy makeup I've ever seen in my entire life. It is very crazy, full coverage, detail oriented. So I've always wanted to like recreate it. I actually did it on one of my friends I think like 2 years ago now, just for fun, and I just thought it would be really interesting to try to do this because it's very intense. So I am going to be placing like a little bit like a video clip of like me following along to his video, because he did a drag makeup tutorial with a logo. All the drag queens, or most of the drag queens, do a like video with them showing like how they do their makeup. So yeah, this is gonna be really interesting. I'm really nervous to do this. The first thing that he uses to start off with his tutorial is his eyebrows, which I'm really nervous about. So he takes an Elmer's glue stick and just starts.
You want to cover your eyebrows. Honestly, if you're being me and your eyebrows aren't touching your hairline, it means you're not being brave. And are you gonna go through life being afraid?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you kind of have to let them dry, and
so here we are, here you are, and you can't change that. Can't change me. And then I like to take a brush and brush out the glue.
My understanding, I've only done this literally one time before, and the problem with it is that I did not wait for them to dry. So I'm brushing them straight and out, because the entire reason that you do this is because you want to like remove the texture of the brows pretty much. Like, okay, so while they're drying, you can start with the bottom half of your face.
I like to use a big fluffy synthetic brush because it doesn't suck up the product, so it's basically plastic bristles. And I use that to start doing the kind of perimeter of my face. And I've gotten quite a bit of sun this summer, so we're kind of doing more of a tan kind of 60s surfer doll kind of look today. So get into it. So I like to use this lighter color, and you want to think like tangram shapes on your face. The biggest thing about makeup is if you're not a good makeup artist, just do what I did, just make it your thing. You know, and then no one expects anything of you.
So he goes on to cream contour, and I think I'm going to use a combination of my Huda Beauty Tantour and then this Makeup, not Makeup Forever, woo, a Wet n Wild foundation stick. Go straight down the nose, and I'm going to clean up underneath the chin. Hold on. So I need to buff this out because I kind of took it too low.
See, that is a lot more, that looks washier. This is a lot more impactful to have that kind of, you know, three-dimensional. Like if you use more than one color to contour, it's always going to look more realistic. We're going to move on to the nose. 2 railroad tracks. I am a woman behind bars. And then I pinch off the end. So it should look very geometric, because honestly, if you do this much carving out of your face and you don't carve out your nose with the same level of intensity, it looks dumb and your nose looks lost, like it doesn't belong in the rest of the makeup. So you have to kind of make everything in the face live in. Because your eyebrows are still drying, we're just gonna go around it.
And then he did the cream
Then we're just gonna do a brown halo.
Over top. This is so hard.
Isn't that gorgeous? You are now the proud owner of.
So I'm not going over the brows.
And then to soften it, I'm gonna bring the brown halo down.
He's taking Airspun, which is like a super iconic drag product.
Now we're gonna set it. I'm gonna set it with this powder. It's very old school, very old fashioned. It smells like old women. Katya uses it, I use it. Somebody told me that it has talc in it, and you can get something called clown lung, which is like when you get a form of emphysema from makeup products. But I think it's safe to say if I was gonna get that, I would have got it a couple years ago.
He starts contouring, And for that, because this has like a lot of dark, like a really, really dark color, I'm gonna take this, like these three, and I'm gonna start contouring.
I set my cream contours and highlights with powder cream contours and highlights. So I'm going with a really deep skin tone color of powder. And I'm gonna use a little straight edge. And start to go. See that? That clean, sexy line, I love that. And then what's great is when you're Trixie Mattel and you're like you're in a picture with someone, you don't even have to smile because your face doesn't move. So you just, that way when a bunch of bachelorettes want to take a picture with you, you know, and you have to sit in that cloud of entitlement for.
I'm gonna do like a under eye highlight.
But while that kind of goes on the deeper color in the cheeks, I'm gonna go in with a really light. I mean, I work with two extremes because I really want to see the highlights and the contours. A lot of drag queens do a lot of loose powders, and I'm like, that's not gonna stick to your face, it's just gonna blow away. See how you're just gonna get more of a pop? If you're gonna do Trixie for Halloween, please go out at night, not daytime. My look is not good for daytime. I was outside in drag the other day and someone told me I was pretty and I should try out for Drag Race, so that's solid.
So he uses like a super, super hot pink for blush. So I guess I probably should too. So to make it really, really bright, I'm gonna go into my Jeffree Thirsty palette and I'm gonna take a mixture of these two.
We're gonna do some blush, and I like to usually custom mix my blushes using eyeshadows. So I'm gonna use this little pink color and this little orange color, mix them together. Like that. Ah! I'm so good at makeup. It's like stupid. It's completely stupid. All right, for my final layer of glue stick, a lot of people know this. It's gross. I'm sorry. I lick it. It's non-toxic. Don't come for me. And I use that wet glue stick to kind of seal in that top layer because the moisture makes the top layer of glue softer. While the top layer is a little wet, this is important. You only have a small window here. You're gonna take that loose powder and set it. Because if you set it while it's wet, I feel that the pressing kind of flattens the top layer.
Oh, this is so much work. Oh, God. And that one. Okay, so he's taking a black eyeshadow.
And that way, I'm going to use it like an inkwell so I can wet my little flat brush.
I'm going to take my Jeffree black shadow and start doing my eyeliner.
I like to kind of draw my top layer, my top line of the winged eyeliner. And then I just have to bring it down. This is kind of a 60s Barbie kind of look, and I was always super inspired by the way that the dolls were painted in that period in time, because it was like a thick line with just kind of a brightly colored eyelid, and they always looked really sleepy, and I just thought that was so pretty. That's a big part of how I got inspired to do the makeup that I do now. My iconic makeup look, which has influenced the generation. I mean, if we're gonna call it what it is.
I have the outline done for this one. Now I need to go finish filling it in, and I'm going to do the other one off camera, and I will be right back. So if you thought that you didn't know who Trixie Mattel was before, now you've seen this meme. This is who he is. He's the eyeliner main guy.
TV, I did a look that was like blue, and this one's gonna be all black and smoky, so it is a little more lower skill level. So this is your first try at Trixie makeup. This is an easier look for you. So I'm gonna look right in the mirror, and I'm gonna think about the shape of the eye I want. So I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna sketch in the crease. That's kind of my guideline. So I'm looking at that, and then I'm gonna wipe off the brush a little bit, and I'm gonna use a slightly drier brush to kind of drag it inward. You see that? We're gonna be painting in the eyelid, but this is basically we're sketching around what we're gonna do later. Doesn't have to be perfect, but honestly, this part of the whole makeup, this part you'd have to be a little precise. So don't be afraid to get in there, rest your elbow on your tabletop or your baby or whatever you have with you. Raven told me once I had one of the coolest makeups in Drag Race history, and for Raven to say that to you, I mean, I could die happy.
He's starting to sculpt out the brows. So I'm gonna use, what am I gonna use? So you take, I'm gonna take my angled brush and
see that? I love that. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that brown eyeshadow that we used earlier on our cheek, and I'm gonna wet my brush and just use a little bit on that angle brush to clean up and give a little more shape. and structure to the brow. So now you got that, and that looks okay, but it's a little sloppy. So for clarity, we're gonna go in the foundation, one of the
like a white cream, and goes in here and carves it out with the white. And I don't know if I have a cream white or not, but we're gonna find out.
I'm gonna go with some white body paint. This one comes in a stick, but you can get it in a cup, you can get it in a lot of different ways. I'm gonna go in and paint in that eyelid. It's a lot more effective. Taking the same product, I'm going right under my eyes, and I'm painting right up to, but not over, the eyeliner. See that? So we're kind of just going under the eye with this white. I'm gonna use one of my favorite makeup tools, my ring finger. It's free. Well, your mom gave it to you, but it's free. I'm obsessed with white eyeshadow. I went through like 3 of these just this summer. I love white eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in and set.
Now I have to do the black underneath here.
I'm gonna start to paint this baby closed. You could do a lot of things here. You could leave the ends open, that would be kind of cool. I like to close it off because I like that really smoky outer look. So now, we are closing off the edge of this bad boy.
I'm gonna take my Tati glitter. I'm gonna take the black glitter.
Glitter is a great tool to cover up mistakes. I'm patting in this little glitter. We finish off that black with some silver. And this is 3D silver, so it's silver, but it shines rainbow. It's pretty cool.
Oh God.
Love it. Love orange blush. Tatiana from All Stars is like the queen of orange blush. She always looks so pretty. Before we put lashes on and contacts, I'm just gonna paint my eyelashes black.
Okay, I can apply mascara for that.
You could do mascara, but I just need them hidden. I don't really need them to look thicker. I just don't want them to look white. You are not Trixie Mattel unless you have blue contacts in. That is just a fact. And look at the difference that blue makes. It just pops right through. Okay, now I'm gonna put on some lashes. And I wear 6 pairs of 301 lashes on top and then a small pair on the bottom. So if you're counting along at home, that's 14 strips of eyelashes on my face. But when you're not talented, you really just need to, you know, go for it. So I got a little bit of lash adhesive in here.
Now he's applying lashes. So he wears 14 strips of eyelashes. So what I'm gonna do, okay, so next up he goes on to lashes, and I'm gonna stack all 3 of these pairs. These are Laura lashes. I don't know the style name or anything like that, but I'm gonna stack these.
Because my eye makeup is so crazy, I want you guys to realize we're not wearing them on the lash line. We're wearing the lashes like in here, in the pocket of your eye. And I look right in the mirror. Nice. Get them right in the crease.
So he goes in with the Jeffree lip. I think I'm just gonna use the shade Gemini because that looks really similar to what he's using. So I'm gonna apply that.
The lip, I mean, go big. Don't play games with me. You're not Trixie if you're just following your lip line. That's not gonna look cool. For this look, I'm not really gonna do a lip liner. I'm gonna do this color, and then I'm gonna use white, and it's gonna highlight the middle.
For my lips, I use Jeffree Star Gemini, and then I'm nude in the very center. And this is the finished look. Okay, I honestly think that I kind of look like him. Just a little bit. This is insane. The amount of makeup that I have on. Like, this is prison. This is painful. I would never willingly want to do this, but props to him for him doing this, literally. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go show this to my mom for fun just because I have nothing else better to do. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. And that's pretty much it for this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and please feel free to subscribe down below, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.